What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Another episode of Bench Racing Weekly, and I'm gonna run through my collection of RC cars. I've been going through everything and I've realized that everything is in a disarray, and I feel like it's a good time to kind of showcase, do a little show and tell, and show you all my RCs and see how messed up they are and how much they're not put together. So yeah, let's run through the whole collection and see what I'm working with here at RC Nature Studios. So let's get into it. Yeah, so first up, just a simple B6. This is the B6.0. Front end, I've got RPM arms on it, a bit of alloy upgrades here and there, some brass in the rear here. The rear arms are gull wing arms, and yeah, just a very simple B6, an older buggy. I kind of want to keep it, freshen it up, and you can see here like RPM bumper in the front that's extended. There's a few weird things going on. Robbed the electronics out of it, used them on other things. Yeah, so I gotta freshen this thing up, make it whole again. I have essentially a whole other buggy to piece this thing back together, and I'm gonna make it an original B6 again. But yeah, that is my B6. That is one of the paint jobs for it, kind of cool. And let's get to the next thing. I'll go back and forth between buggies and crawlers, so people who like crawlers won't get bored of the buggies and vice versa. So this is my Endura comp crawler. Painted up this body. Did a video on that back in the day. I love drip slime. It's my favorite thing, and I've been working at it. It's an okay job. I could have done better, but yeah. So this is just the Endura comp chassis, TRX4. So there's a Stealth X tranny. I was messing around with some tough resin, so it's got a resin skid on it that I designed and cut away. Quite a bit of clearance. Some Endura TRX4 copy axles. A lot of the stuff up here is also resin, and it did not hold up. It's cracked, so I'm gonna have to reprint all that stuff on the bamboo out of some tough filament. These are the Endura shocks and fusion system. Look at that, a spider hanging out. That's how long it's been on the shelf. What's up, little fella? Anyway, he can stay there. We have a deal. Take care of the insects. You can stay in the house. So yeah, it is set up with a Noble NB4. Like I said, the Fusion ESC. And I like to risk it and try inexpensive servos. So yeah, that's my comp crawler. I can mount a small 3S battery up front. I added this carbon plate up here, and I designed this whole little battery body post mount. So I did a video on that, the kind of building of this, and I've run it a bunch of times. It performs quite well, but definitely needs some tweaking. Kind of stopped it working on it just because I got to reprint everything and kind of rebuild it. So resin sucks. It's good for detail for bodies, but definitely not for this. So it was just a fun little experiment. Yeah, it's a pretty nice build. I used some nice alloy spacers ordered from AliExpress and pieced it all together. So but yeah, this truck's pretty cool. I really like the way it looks. I've got some beadwalks that match the wheels pretty good that I have on another truck. And so yeah, that's my Endura LCG comp crawler. I'm surprised the shocks haven't leaked yet. That's pretty awesome. But anyway, moving on. Up next is the Techno EB410.2 buggy. It's a 4-wheel drive, 4-mod buggy. This thing is amazing. It's super beat down. It needs a freshen up. All the parts are pretty much worn out on it. It's a workhorse, man. So chassis is really worn out, needs new A, B, C, and D blocks. They're super worn out. It just needs a full rebuild. I've taken a bit of a break from racing slightly, just to kind of grow the channel a little bit. So I should do a video on freshening this thing up and making it whole again. I love this buggy. It's fantastic. The body for that is back here. Again, drip flames. These are great. If you're gonna race 4-wheel drive off-road, pick up a Techno buggy. It'll save you money in parts. They're super durable. Up next, my favorite RC in the fleet, probably, Florida Man. my Lozi LMT 1.0. In disarray slightly. I love this body. Just kind of did up a Florida paint scheme, I don't know. It is beat down. I gotta make a new version of this. Yeah, so just a Lozi LMT 1.0. The servo's broken in it right now, so I've got to replace that. I've just got some inexpensive motor in here. A lot of the hardware from ripping around on the beach has gotten a little bit rusty. But yeah, another workhorse. Beat the crap out of this thing. And kind of funny, I'm running this old Viper ESC, the Viper Cobra. You can't even program it anymore. It's just so old, but it won't die. And so I can run up to 3S on it. So kind of an experiment right now to see if I can blow this thing up. I'm running an old Futaba radio in it, and it needs some love. The only upgrades on it are in the front I have the SSD rear axle half and the SSD knuckles as well. So I don't know if you can see that. But yeah, the aluminum half of the axle, the aluminum knuckles, and then I also have the Reefs steering horn, which is super durable. So yeah, LMT1, one of my favorite RCs in the collection, and I need to freshen this thing up. This is probably gonna be top of the list to get this thing ripping again. I love this thing. All right, up next, another associated buggy. This is a B6.3. This is where I stopped kind of buying two-wheel buggies. I haven't picked up a B7 yet. This thing handles on the rougher stuff a little better, so I've kept the 6.3. I didn't even grab a 6.4. Electronics in it are just stock ESC, a Rocket 10-turn motor. These just stocks can handle a Rocket, can handle a 10-turn. So this setup's pretty fast. I can't change any of the throttle curve on this, which is annoying, but just an inexpensive setup. And I've got a Power Hobbies S15 servo in here, super reliable, very fast servo. Just alloy steering bell crank from Associated. I've got the hard anno shocks on it, a little bit of carbon on the end. Nothing special. I've got some brass in the back end and the inside, the Exotech, and our track's really dry. So a little bit more weight in the back end helps a lot. So yeah, that's my current race buggy, which is an older race buggy, but I don't know, just like I said, growing the channel, so I don't want to spend my money on kind of the latest and greatest race buggy. I may get out a couple times and I can still kind of have fun with this and be competitive with this, so at a club level. So yeah, that's my 6.3 and I love it. I'll just go through everything on this row right now, just kind of run through it real quick. A Mini Z MAO2 with a Jamarima body. If you're gonna run Mini Zs 4-wheel drive, get a Jamarima body. They make a huge improvement. It's kind of crazy how much. This is a super stock motor, regular Amazon batteries, slick front tires, treaded rear tires. This is my little workhorse. This thing rips. Super stock Mini Z is super fun. This is an Oniziki Kodama. I've done many videos on that. It's got a Mini Z Skyline body on it. That's it there. Super fun car. Looks great with the Skyline body on it. So this thing's super fun. This is just a MAO2 Mini Z. I'm yet to set it up. I've got to convert it to one of the longer ones, and I've got a Jamarima body for it. So that's just an MAO2. Here's another MAO2 4-wheel drive. The SRT Hellcat. Now, the reason you buy this one is because it's one of the versions that is the long wide version. So it's not that I like Hellcats, they're rad, but yeah, it's just it comes with the long wide chassis. So just a regular stock Mini Z, treaded rear tires, slick fronts with the Mini Z wheels on it. Nothing special, just a straightforward Mini Z MAO2. My Optima Mid buggy 4-wheel drive Mini Z. I love the Optima, so I picked up the mini version. These Mini Z buggies are so rad, so this thing's super fun. And as most of you may know, if you watch my channel, the Edelbrock Red Cat MT18 monster truck, really fun. I've got the TRX 4M, no mods on it, Maxxis Trepador tires that Proline, or is it J Concepts or Proline? Anyway, Maxxis Trapidors installed on this, and the new Scout from Red Cat, which I'm yet to put some new tires and wheels on. So that's the minis in the background. Oh yeah, one more. So this is my GL Racing that I am still yet to complete. Kind of sad that I haven't finished this thing, but yeah, I've got some alloy mods for it, and I built this up. I did a build video. I'm still yet to paint the body. I don't know, I just kind of put it aside. Mini Z Racing got kind of overwhelming for me with doing the channel, so just kind of put it aside for now, but this thing's rad. If you've never seen GL Racing, check out their stuff. Really nice. You guys have seen this a bunch in the background. I'll just run through it real quick. It's a TRX4. It's got a brush system in it, a Hobby Wing brush system with an RC four-wheel drive, like, you know, 50 turn or whatever. Some Maxxis Trapidors on it with some beadlocks to complement some no-name ones. I think they're RC Lions from AliExpress. The G-Wagon body, the stock TRX4 bumper, kind of cut away the body quite a bit to still make it crawlable. I love this truck. TRX4s are just probably one of the most beat down trucks out there. It's got a very basic servo in it. The only thing I kind of did was I added this RC four-wheel drive metal rear bumper, which I feel like complemented the back end of this thing pretty good. So, but yeah, that's my TRX4. All right, next we'll run through the drift mog. So this is an associated DC-10. I did a whole video series on this, but I painted this up. It's the Tamiya CCO 1 or 2, I can't remember. Kind of did a fan hatch here, and I did that kind of color flip, spastic color paint. So let's pop the body off. Yeah, so we'll run through the chassis here. So a Rev D gyro, GX servo, just like a no-name from AliExpress. Once again, the XR10 Hobby Wing, just stock ESC, and I think I'm running a Reedy 17 turn, so nothing crazy in motor. I did these locking hubs as well, and the local drift track likes you to use the LF3 Comp 2s from DS Racing, so that's what tires we're running. Pretty straightforward. I've got to still set this up, and to be honest, I've got to run it. One of my local drift gurus is kind of harassing me a little bit the other day about getting out to the track. So I'll probably do a setup video on this. I want to get the caster and camber correct. Maybe go to the track a couple nights when it's a little more mellow, and then yeah, get on this a little bit more. I'm definitely slacking. I enjoyed the build, but I don't know about you guys, but I tend to get into builds and then kind of once the build's done, move on to another build, and yeah, sometimes things get left aside and I don't end up running it as much as I'd like to. So that's the DC-10, pretty sweet. The Drift Mog. All right, kind of one of my only shelf queens. This is a JQ Black Edition 1/8 e-buggy. This is a Biddy Designs body that I painted up. Not that great of a job, so good colors, but could have done better on the paint. Let's get that out of the way. So Black Edition, we're running a Tekin RX8 combo with a 1900 kilovolt motor. Got an old, it's an old Trackstar Turnigy servo, and I'm running a Noble MB4 radio on this. So got to rebuild it, got some parts for it. I feel like it would be excellent for something to rip around in a parking lot as well. Kind of give it a fresh look, still maintaining the old parts and everything. I want to hold on to this thing because, you know, I don't know if you know who JQ is. A lot of you guys watch the channel probably do, but what an excellent dude in the RC world. He does the Invisible Speed, how to improve your racing, your driving book, an excellent book. He started his own RC company back in the day. Extremely hard venture, and I feel like I need to hold on to this thing because a lot of people can kind of throw some shade or hate his way, just because, you know, he can be pretty opinionated at times. But yeah, this is kind of a cool buggy, cool adventure, and I've watched this guy from the beginning when he raced for Haboa kind of go through all the different iterations putting this thing together and getting it to this final black edition. And now he concentrates heavily on invisible speed if you are racing. A lot of excellent tips in that book. So yeah, that's my JQ Black Edition buggy. That will soon be a parking lot ripper. Nothing special in it. It does have like all the Black Edition nice stuff. I've got some duct tape over the carbon plates here. I don't know, I ran it at the track. There's a lot of rocks stuck in our track, so pretty awesome. And I think this should stay a shelf clean after I run it in a parking lot and then put it back to its original state. I'll quickly run through this. You guys have seen this quite a bit, but this is a Basecamp Builder's Kit, SCX 10.3 with a Fusion ESC. The only thing that's kind of neat about it is this Endura Cherokee body that I threw on. I added this bumper on as well. I did all the weathering on it. I added these SSD steelies and the locking hubs. Put Scully in here. But yeah, I did all the weathering. You guys have been following the channel. You already know about this one. So the back door has got Dick's Pick and Pull, Wrecking Yard. Picked up this back door. As you can see, the back door does not match the original paint because he picked it up at a wrecking yard. So, but yeah, that's the SCX 10 Cherokee. Pretty rad. It's kind of my only scale trail truck that I have. Pretty sweet. Love this thing. Next up, won't bore you with this, the Mojave Grom speedrun car. It's a speedrun car because I have touring car tires on it. But yeah, nothing special, just a basic Grom. Makes you smile. Anybody that owns one knows what I'm talking about. These things are awesome. Next up, touring cars. So these are Yokomo RS1s, Rookie Sport 1. They are a very entry-level touring car, four-wheel drive. I've got them both set up to run essentially spec class, so 21.5. This one's got a Phantom Helix motor in it and a Reef servo. That's the only Reef servo I have, a 299 LP, and I'm running it in this touring car. Yeah, so this is the last thing I was racing. I love these things. They're very inexpensive and great little touring cars. So I've got two of them, and the other one's the exact same chassis, essentially the same setup. Yep, just some Yokomos, some touring cars. If you are thinking of getting into touring car racing, definitely check out the entry-level Yokomos. Touring car racing can be quite expensive, so it's nice when you can find an entry-level kit that performs well, and I feel like Yokomo does that. So yeah, that's my touring cars. Yeah, so that's it for my RC collection. That's another episode of Bench Racing Weekly, and yeah, I just wanted to run through the collection. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you got something out of it. You can see the different RCs that I'm working with here. You can see that I don't have everything put together, and everything's kind of in disarray but in the background. So leave some comments. Let me know how many RCs you guys have. I'd like to know. I'd like to know what you're working with. Let's have some discussions in the comments. I try to answer all the comments, so stay tuned to the next video. Peace, everyone.